Okay, beautiful. Okay, we are live. I just want to bring it too, especially so a lot of my videos, especially this video, like big time. This video is literally going to be a step by step explanation of my business model, my business processes. So my goal is when you watch this video in 5 minutes from now, in 10 minutes from now, you will be able to rewatch this video and learn how to literally work this business and close deals, lock up houses under contract at 60% to about 75% market value and take them to close and do this over and over and over again. I'm going to exactly tell you how you would do this, how I do it in my shoes, and how you would in your shoes. So by the end of this, in 10 minutes from now, 5-10 minutes from now, skip through whatever. And also, these are all my YouTube channel. If you follow me at all, go to my YouTube channel if you want to rewatch the videos in a better format. I know YouTube is a better format to watch videos to slide. I like watching stuff in 1.5 times speed, 2 times speed. So anyways, I'm going to get to it here, but this is step-by-step process, how to wholesale today virtually, how to virtually wholesale anywhere in America. I do mostly North Carolina. We're moving into Georgia now as well. But anywhere in America, I'm sitting here in Tampa. I never go to Georgia. I never go to North Carolina. I don't physically in person ever see a property or a buyer or a seller or anyone. So this is how step by step today in 2022 right now. This could change in 6 months, 12 months, a little bit. But in 2022, how to wholesale effectively and efficiently if you'd like to virtually from out of state, or if you just don't want to go to houses all day and drive around. Okay, here we go. So step number one. Step number one in this process, there's like 12 to 14 steps, depending on how you count it out. Step number one, you have to buy data. Now, step one, you can go both ways, either way. If you're really broke, or if you just want to try before investing money, if you don't have money to invest in a business up and a little bit in the business up front for wholesaling real estate, that's fine. You can do it a freeway. A freeway would to be literally drive around town, look for distressed houses, abandoned houses, old houses that need work, stuff like that, and find one, or go on Facebook groups and try to find one. So stuff like that. That is how you would do it for free. But the best way is to buy data, because you need numbers. You need big numbers, and you need to time crunch that. So at the same time, you could, knock on 100 doors. You could put your data into a dialer or your data into a texting platform, and you can text 100 homeowners behind those doors every minute, every second. So that's kind of the point behind that. But buying data, we buy data from PropStream. Okay, write this down. Number one, buying data. Number one is buying data, which is getting your potential leads to work from, to market to. Marketing is texting, marketing is calling, marketing is putting signs around town saying we buy ugly houses, we buy houses cash, stuff like that. So those are the marketing strategies. And number one is buying data. You have to have data. You have to have leads to work. You have to have houses to work, phone numbers to work, emails to work, stuff like that. So number one is buying data. We buy from PropStream, and on PropStream, you can buy different things. So we buy counties. We buy county by county by county. If we were in Florida, we would buy Miami-Dade County, and then we'd buy Orange County, and then we'd buy Hillsborough County. That's Miami, Orlando, and Tampa. So that's what we Duval County. If we're buying in Florida, we buy by counties. And then our next filter, I have some fish left in me. Our next filter after county, we buy county data. Then we actually filter it out to where the homeowners have 50% or more equity in the house, I believe. And also they've owned that home for more than 2 years, at least 2 years. So that's the data we buy. So number one, buying data, we use PropStream. You can buy counties, or you can buy certain criteria of houses, like a certain filter, like houses in probate. You can buy probate lists. You can purchase lists that are just divorce lists, calling people that are getting divorced all the time and trying to get their house, at a discount. So number one, buying data. That's the data explanation. Number two, I got to speed this up for sure. Number two is then, I kind of talked about that in one, but texting them. Let's say you buy 1,000 leads, right? 1,000 data points. You have to get them skip traced. That's okay. That can be in step one too. Buying data, getting it skip traced, so you can get the numbers off of the addresses. So kind of that, and then definitely number two is marketing. So that's texting platform. That's a calling platform. For most people starting out, it's just your phone number. It's just your cell phone, just your phone. Picking up the phone and calling these leads that you paid for, the data. So that's number two, is doing your marketing. So texting texting your data points, calling your data points, emailing your data points. And for big operations, it's been 5 figures a month just on the marketing part of the business. They use pay-per-click like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, stuff like that. So that's usually nationwide, and it costs 100 times, 1,000 times more. So that's kind of out of the picture, unless when you get bigger for sure, or can just afford 5 figures of just marketing costs, let alone everything else. Anyways, so that's number 2, marketing to your leads. And then what we do, I guess you can say kind of break it up, but number 3 is our virtual assistants, our VAs, do all the texting, they do all the calling, and set me up on an appointment. So number 3, I would say find your leads, find your interested sellers, and then get them on an appointment. And that number 3 is getting your sellers, getting your leads, your seller leads onto an appointment and negotiating with them, knowing your numbers beforehand, before setting the appointment and the time, and negotiating. When they already said they're interested, either through email or through texting campaign or maybe a cold caller, setting that appointment and negotiating. You got to negotiate the price. So I think negotiating and having that call would be number 3. Number 4 is actually getting that seller to sign, getting that seller to go under agreement. We just say go under agreement. We never say sign, and we never say contract. And people say contract, they're like, oh shit, I'm locked in, like signing my life away. We say agreement. So number 4, getting it under agreement. And by doing this, we just say like, okay, Nancy, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you over a 2-page purchase agreement. It's 2 pages. It's a cash offer. It's not 20 pages of bank stuff, lender stuff, pre-approval, mortgage, any of that. It's very clean cut and simple, 2 pages. Anybody can read it and understand it. I'm going to send it over to you via DocuSign. Please okay that agreement with your e-signatures and send it back over. And then I'll get the process started with my closing attorney, the Goins Law Firm, and High Point off of Eastchester Drive, whatever. So that's how we do that. Number 4, getting it under agreement. Number 5, I guess, could be getting that signed agreement back, sending it off to your closing attorney, emailing it to your closing attorney to get the title process started. If you believe it's a good deal and you're going to do well with it, start the title search with your closing attorney. Be step number 5, and then number 6 would be, there's way more than I thought. Step 6 could be like after you've emailed your seller doc, your purchase agreement, original purchase agreement that's signed by the seller over to your closing attorney. Then what we're going to do is actually have to schedule an inspection, schedule a walkthrough, because I'm in Florida and all my deals and properties are in North Carolina. So we have walkthrough people, agents, partners. We literally just have part-time, people that we kind of employ, whatever, give work to go walk our properties. So sometimes I have walkthroughs at the same time, showings, whatever you want to call it, showings, walkthroughs of houses in Wilmington, North Carolina at the beach, Charlotte, North Carolina in the city, Winston-Salem, up north, or Raleigh. Sometimes those are all on the same day and they're completely opposite sides of the state. So I do that virtually from Florida and set people up to be in the houses and get pictures and videos for me. So we pay $50 every walkthrough. When someone does a walkthrough for us, gets us pictures and video of the house. So that can be like step number 6 or whatever, 6 or 7. I don't even know where we're at yet. Is getting pictures and videos, at least good pictures of the entire house inside and out. And then number 7 would be 7 or 8, wherever we're at now. The next step would be to collect those pictures and put them into a template and get all your info, get your square footage right, get the names right, whatever it's renting out for, get the current rent, get the comps, get the information about the condition of the house, the condition of the roof, the condition of the HVAC unit, all the condition of the kitchen, the condition of the different areas of the house. So you need to definitely include that into your template. And then we use InvestorLift for our dispositions. So literally in one platform, I do all my dispositions. It's called InvestorLift. Amazing. It's literally helped our business almost double our revenue using InvestorLift. So it's a dispositions platform. It's literally like a template. It's a template, like, I don't even know what you call it, software, whatever, to literally put together your listings, title, the description, the pictures, all that. And you can email and text it out. So I email and text out our deals through InvestorLift to 5,000, 10,000 buyers and investors at a time. So that takes time. That takes time to build lists. You can buy buyers lists. You can buy investors lists, collaborate with other guys, trade buyers, get 5 buyers and trade 5 buyers with him, whatever. We have 20,000 buyers now in our system. So that helps definitely. That's how we sell properties the same day we put them out. It's crazy. So that's what we do. We use InvestorLift. I send it out to about 5,000 people in that area, in that region of North Carolina. And then I start fielding calls. I'm fielding texts, fielding calls, fielding texts. This is step 9-ish. Fielding calls. So you're vetting out these buyers. You're saying, okay, you're interested. Okay, how serious are you? Are your funds ready? How many properties have you taken to close the past 6 to 12 months? You are vetting these people out. It's like an interview. Sorry. Oof, felt great. So when these buyers are then calling into me, they're texting me and calling me saying, Cody, I'm interested in your property. When can I see it? When can I buy it? Whatever. And I'm interviewing them and trying to get them to prove themselves to me as to why they should be the right buyer. They should be the right buyer, the right owner to take over this house, this rental property, or this fix and flip. They need to prove themselves to me that they have experience. They need to prove themselves to me they've taken properties to close, recently. Usually proof of funds, or at least, trusting them, believing by their verbal agreement that they do have those funds available to take this property to close. So proof of funds always helps. A lot of things. So I'm vetting them out. I'm asking them when they can close, because we need to close in 2 weeks or less. We can definitely extend it, for certain circumstances, but we're looking to close in 2 weeks. So can you do that with your cash, with your private money? What does your lender relationship look like? How long have you been using that lender? What's up, Jared? Thanks for always being here, supporting, being a rock star. So that's what I do with vetting out these buyers. And then what I'm actually going to do after that, after vetting them out, kind of filter them out and making sure I have the really serious guys who have history, who've done this before, who know what they're doing, and that I can trust. And they need to give me confidence. I need to be confident in them that they can take this property to close without any serious issues, with ease, as much as possible. So that's what I'm looking for, and really filtering out these buyers, buying them, and really getting them out, because before they have to really earn their spot on my serious list for this property before I let them in there. Because if they're not serious, they could go in there and tear shit up, mess up the deal with the tenants, mess up the deal with the seller, run their mouth, or try to, randomly outbid people, or start arguments or something like that. So you got to really have confidence in these people to put them into your property, into your deal, so they don't blow it, especially when you live 1,000 miles away. Oh, geez. I know this is so much, but I'm trying to keep it compact. There's so much to it. I mean, it's taken me obviously months to get all these steps down and really get the business down and start really getting better in each area, for sure. So after that, so we have vetted out our buyers. We need to get our top 2 or 3 buyers, step 11 probably now. Get those top 2 or 3 buyers that are really, really serious, have the funds, have the support behind them to take this to close, and the experience. Get those 2 or 3 buyers, just get them in for a walkthrough. So now you're scheduling a walkthrough with the tenant probably that's in place, or if it's vacant, that's even better, and the seller, the owner, to work this out. So their top 2 or 3 guys are going in there and walking through the property, and 2 or 3 of those investors are going to walk through, and one of them is going to walk out and go under contract and purchase that property. So, hey, Jared, my personal number is the same. I have changed my business numbers, my work numbers, my real estate numbers recently. So that might be why, just shoot me a message. But my personal number is the same. I can give you as well. So after that, so now I'm going to schedule the walkthrough. One of them are going to come out and buy it. Now, step 12-ish, we have to sign the contract. Okay, so assigning the contract, a wholesale contract, is getting assigned. So we kind of act as a broker. As a wholesaler, you're kind of a broker in a way, brokering a deal, right? Acquiring the property with the seller, and then bringing the buyer to the table. So you're kind of this broker with the bringing these parties together, and then you make a solid fee, usually a 5-figure fee, to put this deal together and make it happen. So we, as a company, can either buy the property ourselves or legally assign the contract, bring a buyer to the table to actually buy it themselves. So that's what we usually do, because it's just cash, cash on every deal. My personal number here, I'm going to type it. I'll type it in the comments so you guys can see it. I don't want to say it out loud in case I get some crazies. But you're good, brother. Yep, go ahead and take that. Cool. So yeah, now we're going to get them under contract, and it's an assignable agreement, which means that you are assigning that deal, assigning that property to the buyer that's coming to the table, and you get the split between what you got it under contract for So, but the difference between what you got under contract for and what you obviously sell it for after marketing it to the buyers, to the investors, you make that split. So you got the deal for 50,000 and you sell the contract for 65,000, you get the difference between the 50 and the 65, which would be a $15,000 profit. So it's a great deal every time. Absolutely. So then you're going to go into contract, send those documents to the attorney, then do all work necessary to please the buyer, get all their documents in, make sure your closing attorney is getting the title work done, getting it sent out to the title company and back, making sure that if there's a lender involved, making sure they're pleased with all their satisfactions, all their requests for documentation, pictures, lease agreements, all those things. So I know this is a lot, but I told everyone that I would go step by step here. So you're going to make sure the next 1 to 2 weeks is going to be taking this thing to close, and you have to stay in contact every day, every single day with every party involved. Your closing attorney, and anybody, really any parties involved, keeping and staying in contact with them every single day. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Obviously taking it to close and making sure all parties schedule their signing, that they go in and sign at the closing attorney, or have a mail away closing. If they live across the state, or if they live out of state or far away and don't want to make the drive, we can mail it. It's called a mail away closing. Mail it to their house, they sign it, fill it out, sign the final closing docs as a seller, and then send it back into your closing attorney. So there's a lot of ways to do that. I know I went through so many steps, but literally this video, I'm telling y'all, it's 15 minutes long, and I could definitely make one that's shorter and cut when I edit it and make it all pretty. But for a raw video, this is on YouTube. It's on every platform. Literally, the live goes live on every platform: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. So on YouTube, if you like it better that format, please go watch this. This is a 15-minute video: how to effectively and efficiently wholesale properties virtually this year, 2022, as of right now, with texting platforms, our dispositions technology, our CRM technology, all that stuff. So much more to it. I could talk for 15 hours, but hopefully this sufficed to get people an idea, so you can kind of get a picture for my business structure, my business process. Anyways, happy Wealthy Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Thankful for you guys if you're watching this, if you can hear my voice, if you can see my face. I'm so grateful for you just showing up, maybe trying to get better yourself, trying to learn something, even if it's just supporting me. Appreciate it big time. You have a great night. God bless. Peace.